Hello, mythology students. This is Mr. Reynolds talking to you one last time about origin myths. I know we've spent a lot of time on it and you're wondering when we're ever going to move on, but a whole bunch of folks told me we're still struggling with this a little bit. So, talking about creation myths from Asia this time. Good stuff. But before we do that, one thing we did in class was discuss how do we compare these myths? That's the learning target, and that's where people seem to be struggling. So we took a look at a couple of pictures here, and we said, find 10 differences. And then we talked about how do you find these differences? Well, you start by looking at a part of the picture specifically on one side, maybe the head, and a part of the picture specifically on the other side. You look at the same place. There's a tooth here. I look at the same place, and there's not a tooth there. I just found a difference. Now I can write about it. And you want to do the same thing as you analyze myths. How are they the same? Look at the introduction. Do they start the same? Think about the general broader topic. Are they creating the world? Is that the same? Maybe one is creating the whole world and another one is saying why the grass is green. They're both origin myths, but on different levels. Okay, so we're looking at all those types of things that tell us about how these cultures viewed the origin of the universe and maybe what these myths can tell us about the cultures as well. So this time we dealt with Asian origin myths. There was one from Japan, one from China, involving the universe hatching out of a giant cosmic egg. Yep. Would have been better with some cosmic bacon, but let me show you where to find that. Here we go. Under week 3, Thursday in class, one last time comparing origin myths. You have China and Japan. We gave the class the option of reading one or the other, split into breakout rooms. We had a little discussion board going on comparing themes and an exit ticket for you. Okay, so of all these myths we read, and yeah, there's been a lot. We have China, we have Japan, we have the Greeks, we even have Moana. Going back a week, we get the Norse, the Viking peoples, the Romans, the Egyptians. Whew, that's a lot of origin myths. What's going to be on the test, Mr. Reynolds? I can't remember all those stories. Right, but you can remember how they're the same. The archetypes, the features, the elements that tie them all together and what makes them origin myths. That's part of your assignment. How are they the same? Characters. Do they all feature gods? Do they all feature animals? They usually don't have a lot of people. How about elements? Fire, ice, earth, sky. Ooh, earth and sky. Pairs. You might see pears, not the fruit. How about twins, brothers, husband and wife? Or even opposites, good and evil, up and down, earth and sky. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for. What shows up a lot? Okay? And your last 2 assignments are to, first of all, create some questions for an origin myth. Okay, kind of write your own quiz. Let me find that for you. There it is. So there's a myth in there from Australia, the Aboriginal people, and you're going to read that, write 5 questions about it. There are some question starters here. I call them stems. I give you the first part. You finish off the question, give me some choices, mark the correct answer. I'm sure you've done similar things for other classes, so I won't belabor that. Okay, click on the assignment for the instructions, and you should be all set. I want to talk a lot more, though, about this write your own myth. So, going back to week 3, here it is. Composing your own origin myth. This is the fun one. A creative writing assignment. So you've got some directions here on how to write it. Why volcanoes erupt, why lightning strikes, why there are rainbows, why there are waterfalls. Pick a natural feature, preferably not the whole world, but I won't say no to that either. So you and your friend, you're cave people living in 2500 BC-ish, and you are the first people ever to witness one of these phenomena. It's not just the first time you've seen it, it's the first time anyone has seen it. So you and Spike are walking along looking for dinner, and all of a sudden this thing comes down out of the sky, and it touches Spike. And it was really bright, and it was kind of shaped like an upside-down tree, but you don't know what it is. Science doesn't exist yet. It hasn't been discovered. All you know is this bright upside down tree came down and it touched Spike and now he won't get up. So now you rush back to your cave to tell your other cave people and your little cave toddlers and all your cave family what happened to Spike. But remember, no science words. Okay? Read the directions. It'll make it more clear to you. Make sure you include all the parts of a short story. Okay? These are not necessarily sentences. These might even be paragraphs. Make it a good page or so. At least 3 paragraphs would be nice. And when you're done, we've got this discussion board thing going on. And hey, some people have already posted theirs. Once you post yours, you'll be able to see those as well. And that is what you do with your origin myth. That way other people can see them, read them, enjoy them, comment on them, learn from them, and we'll have a good time talking about your own origin myths. See you next time.